Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Meet the Sims. Uh, this is kind of a special episode because I've been receiving an awful lot of email and all other types of means to communicate with me about how do I make my Sims. And what do I use? Mainly what do I use? Not how, but the what. And when I do a sim, I look at two things. One, I look at the body type. Oh, that's the set. I look at the body type. This is the snake bikini. I've seen that once before with someone. Anyway, I look at the body type. You know, she's thin, little fat, maybe a medium build. Then this sim is she's on the thin side. Medium chest, no hips. Now, people have been asking me, how do I enlarge breasts? How do I do the hips? How do I sculpt? And how you're using these, and I think the number one thing is you're using these terms, but my game doesn't come with this. Well, you have to download some sliders. I've been playing this game for so long that I've kind of gotten used to I've just gotten used to playing this game, basically, and I've gotten used to the sliders. I've gotten to know where I can get certain material that I need, not for gameplay, just because I enjoy playing it in a game. And I think the number one sliders that people want me to do a thing on is the bubble butt, the breast slider, and the height slider. Now, I would think that at some point in time, you would learn about these things on your own. I did. That's how I learned about it. Just type in sliders, you can find this mod. It's a bubble butt mod. It comes with, I think 2 other mods, or it might come by itself. I can't remember because I downloaded it years ago and I merged it all into one type of look folder. I have a folder that has nothing but sliders in it, and I merged them all together. Now, I've heard people say that you're not supposed to do it. I've done it. My game runs fine. But anyway, the bubble butt mod, basically slide it this way, you know what that is. Slide it this way, back down to negative, and she is kind of normal. 0, neutral, is normal. That's normal sim butt. Generally, what I like to do is I don't give her too much. I normally go maybe up to 12, sometimes 25. I might go a little further than that depending on the body type and the ethnicity. I don't know. It depends on how I feel, ethnicity, and just how she looks. Basically, she looks good with a big butt, I'll give her a big butt. A lot of times what you guys don't see is before I start the video, I do a pre-work on the sim that I'm going to do. Not necessarily that I do actual work on that sim, but it's just a pre-work. I just take the sim character, put them in different outfits, see what works, and whatever works, that's what I go with. And then I construct it on video for you. But I've been asked where do I get my sliders from, and how come they don't work for me? Well, I can't tell you how or why they're not working for you. The only thing I can tell you is if you have a mod folder, you make a folder called mod folder, make a folder called skins. Any skin you download, you put it in that folder. That way you can keep track of them. If you want to merge them, merge them. If not, don't. Now the 2 mods that I was working with here, one is the dimples slider, which affects the face. This one with the crease affects the mouth here. Now if I wanted to give her high dimples, increase this, that brings them all the way up. Decrease it, brings it all the way down. Now this mod here, depending on the skin and depending on the thickness of the sim, if the sim is fat with a fat face, it's not going to work. It will work, you'll see it, but you won't see any real difference. She's a little older, so she does have creases in the mouth, but that makes it easy to show dimples. Real easy. Now, again, the number one slider that people have been asking me about is these three here. Actually, there's four of them. I think you can find this one. This one might be Delphi sliders or something, but all of these sliders come together. They might be in a pack, they might be separate. You just have to look on Mod the Sims and you can find them. But basically, these mods, all they do is increase the breast size. That's all they do. You got to be real tricky when you make Sims like this, because what I'm doing here looks good on an angle, but straight on, you got to do some work. Now, normally what I find is, if you're making them big, spread them, gives you more room to work with. So by spread them, I mean use the cleavage mod and you move them apart. They move across center. So you got just enough room to make them bigger if you want, like this. Now, the reason why this has come up is because there are some of you out there that remember my older Let's Play from years ago, where basically I had a bunch of, and lack of a better word, they were all prostitutes with big chests. And that was the number one question that I got almost daily. Now, how'd you make her chest so big? I've been using these sliders for a while. I can't seem to master them. Well, you just have to play around with the sliders to actually get them to work. You can't have all the sliders at one side. I mean, it looks funny, but it really isn't that funny. Now, again, this is the one that you want. The scale. The scale, okay, that's 85. The scale, I can bring these all the way up to 200. That basically, we're in like Vegas stripper range right there. Now, that's not bad. I haven't done something like this in a while. But see, it's because I did these three here so well that this looks good. Now, I could leave her chest at that scale, but I want to make her a little more realistic, so I'll bring her down to about, what was that, 85? Yeah, I'll keep it at 85 because now she's just realistic. And as far as vertical position goes, always turn them to the side because you need to know where to drop them. And you don't need to do much. Now right now I'm at 15, I brought it back to 12. Okay, it's at 9, turn. Now also, when you use these breast mods, if you have long hair that comes down to here, the tips of your hair are going to disappear in the chest. Normally what you'll see me do is, that's why I'm always a big fan of bobs. I always put a bob on the kid, on the kid. I always put a bob on the girls, because with the bob with a sharp angle, whoa, bob with a sharp angle that jets, okay, stop that, Phil. Bob with a sharp angle that jets down always looks good, at least to me. Now in the vertical position's at 9. That gives her just a little bit of an angle here. So when this bikini top comes off, they look normal. They really do. Trust me. But there are other things that people have been asking me, like the butt mod, which is the butt mod, which is these three here. 1, 2, 3. Rotation, butt, and shape. These two and this is separate from these two. If you look it up, you might find these two together or three together, but my guess is you won't. I haven't found these two anywhere within recent memory, because I've been trying to find these two so I can keep them separate. But this mod and this mod, they're two different things. Excuse me, my voice is cracking. Now this is not exactly scripted here, that's why I keep jumping back and forth, but you know, you guys have been asking me about this, and it's like cluttering my email as well as everything else. I've never seen anything like this, where people are asking me for the same mod. It's like, where do I get this mod? The breast mod. Where do I get this? The butt. I want my Sims to have bigger butts. Well, I mean, I can't exactly tell you where these things are because a lot of times, okay, is her flat? Her chest is flat. Okay, so okay, a lot of times you can find these, you might not. Like I said, these two mods here are separate from this. I don't know where I got. No, I don't know where I got these two from. But my guess is if you type in breast slider in Google, you might be able to find it. Now, someone asked me, could I just could I just send it to them? No, I can't, because even though I can't remember where these sliders are, somehow the mod creators know I'm using them. So if I give them to someone, they know it. So I can't really do it, but I can put you in the right direction as to what. I mean, believe me, there's no YouTuber out there who is going to do that. At least not anyone who's been around for a while. It's like the events of 2013 put an end to, posting your mod folder and letting people just download it. And for those of you who don't know, 2013 was when a lot of the mod creators were suing some of the content creators because they used their mods without their permission. So I don't think I want to get sued over a mod that I downloaded for free that I still have on my computer or anywhere else. So I don't think I'm going to do that, and I'm not going to do that. So I can put you guys in the right direction. I'll leave it up to you to find it. If you guys do find it, spread it around. Let other people know where you got it from. But for right now, let's get back into creating this sim. And I might use her in the game. I don't know. She has a very nice body. I should have toned her up a little bit. You can see her ribs, but that's cool. I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway, I did the breast. You guys just see me do the calves, the thigh, the hips. All of these are sliders that you can find and download. Leg width, which is up here. That's this little bit here. Calf is this. Hips are here. They're right there. The next little bit of sliders is this one. Now these are stock sliders, but I think you guys heard me say for a while now that when I use these, I try to get rid of that sharp peak and valley. Like it's like zip, like a W basically. I want it to be like natural, like a soft roll. That's kind of natural. So I mean, I know there are other mods out there that do like curls on the side, and they do smoothen this out, but I think what comes with the game does this very well. As far as the bottom lip goes, I've always had trouble doing the bottom lip. What I find is when you do this and then thicken it. See, for her, she looks good. If she was a lighter skin or a white sim, it would take me forever to do that, because you can do that thick top lip, but the bottom lip can't be too thick. There's no rule in saying that you can't do it. It's just if you want realism, you gotta go with the rules that you set for yourself. Now, there are a few other things that I gotta do to this character that will enhance her lips, like this here, the lip fatness, another mod, slider mod. And I think you guys heard me say, when you do this slider here, if the skin does not accept that morph, you're not going to see a visible difference. The lips are getting big, but they're not getting big like almost fast. So you'll see the difference if she has a kid. Her kid will have big lips. Regardless if the sim is white, black, blue, or whatever, the kid's going to have very big lips. Why do I do this mod though? Because it kind of gives more definition to her face, her lips, not her face, her lips. All right, so next down the line, I think this is a mod that comes with, I think, NRAS. where you can control the depth. Now, sometimes you might hear me say some really strange terms like I'm going to turn it down to the C, or I'm going to turn it to the D. What that does is the corner depth here, it brings it out or brings it in. If they're black Sims, I give them full lips, so I bring them out slightly. That means I'm bringing it to the C. The rotation takes care of this. I always like to give my Sims just a little bit of a smile. The mouth curve I leave the same, because unless I want to drop this whole thing down or like give her lips a little bit of a bend to them, then I'll touch this. And normally that happens when her lips are thin, then I'll bend them. But other than that, I'll leave that alone. The mouth definition though, that takes care of this little bit here and this little bit here. Gives it more of a defined look. Makes them look real basically. But also, this also gets rid of that peak and valley. Now, since I made her lips full, that softened this W right there. So it kind of looks good. It looks very good, as a matter of fact. Okay, let me skip down to the depth. The depth, on the other hand, see where her lips are there? Take it all the way out, brings them in. Take them in a negative range, brings them out. Normally, I bring them right to the D. If you have full lips, that gives it that 3D effect underneath the lip, right there. Okay, and the mouth height, that's self-explanatory. That brings the lips up to the nose or down to the chin. That's, sometimes I'll do it, sometimes I won't. It all depends. The width I leave alone, and that's pretty much it. These two mods here, again, this is actually these next couple of mods that are coming up. Nipple depth, size, and posture. These all came from different types of sliders. You can look them up. I think these two are still available. This one is certainly available. It comes in like a set, I think, with the legs, no, with the, I forget what it is, but I know it comes with a set with 2 other mods. And you can still look these up. Posture, nipple size, nipple depth. Just Google Sims 3 nipple depth, you'll find this mod. Same thing with this one, Sims 3 posture mod, slider. Gotta add the slider, and that'll tell you exactly where to go. But basically what this does is when the bikini's off, you see nip. I did this with Bella. She had a shirt on that had the morph in for nip and size, and good lord, did I get some did I definitely get I definitely got a lot of response from that. Now, this one's a bit tricky because if the clothes are on, you can't see what's going on. So generally what I do is up by 100, size by 50. It's kind of strange, but you know, when these are off and when you do this by yourself, you'll get it. Trust me, you will. Posture, on the other hand, because you augmented the butt and the legs and the hips, you got to make her back proportion to her feet. Right now she kind of looks good, but we need an arch in the back. Generally what I like to do is keep the head level with the feet. Now she didn't have this translucent dress on. You can see exactly what I mean, because it's easy to tell. If she has Joss Q's on, you gotta augment the back to cover for the offset of the shoes. The shoes generally bring the sim up about 2 inches, and that means I have to bring her back, but not too far back, because then it looks kind of silly in game. She looks like an android. But for right now, that's pretty good. 132, is that negative? No, it's positive. 132 positive. It's not too bad. Highlights the butt. If she had on jeans, that would probably be better. Much better. Let's see. Shoulder width. I think this comes with NRAS. That controls this. The wider you make the shoulders, the more pulled back the breasts are. I forget where I got this one from, but it's basically, if you guys can see right in there, it's called uneven breast size. Basically type into Google uneven breast slider And that's how you'll find these three. And what they do is, see how it's at 0, 0? 191, kind of lopsided. That's on the extreme side. Generally, what I do is I normally try to keep it as it is right now. It's at 0, 0. If I go to the positive side, the left side will kind of like push in. It kind of evens things out. It's a trick on the eyes, especially in game. You can have a big chest, but if you make one uneven, it looks kind of natural. And the game, okay, raise that up just a little bit. Gives us some imperfections. You know, as you see and as you know, the Sims are definitely unrealistic, but you can get them close. And the waist slider either increases or decreases waist. I don't know why you would increase the waist, but to decrease it gives your Sim a more model-like status. Definitely. Now, I generally don't fool around with this one too much because basically all this does is, you see this here, it either raises it or lowers it. I don't know why anyone would do that, but you know, to each his own. I normally keep it at a 0, 0, you know, and just leave it at that. Sorry for all the water, but my mouth is dry. Or water interruptions. I should go on. I mean, I already got her here. Let me go right to makeup. People have been asking me about that too. But most of the time people ask me, where did I get all of this stuff here? Right, as of right now, I couldn't tell you. A lot of this I just got like over the years of playing this game. It's like I see something online or somebody creates something new. I download it because I think the palettes that they use for these are pretty interesting, pretty neat, pretty interesting. So I use them. What was that? This one here, I think it's Prisma Sims. Yeah, I can't make out who that is, but I'm quite sure you know who she is or he is. This person has very good taste as far as clothes and makeup and everything else, so I go with that. Susan is another one because because it is, if you look at the makeup, it kind of does the orbits of the eyes instead of doing the entire face, which makes it look like clown makeup like this here. But I keep those in because they're interesting. I might just zoom past all this because you guys know all this. You know, this is all known stuff. You know, makeup, eyelashes, you know, blush and all that stuff. This is all known stuff. There's nothing new here. Everybody knows this. You know, you just pick a person. Pick a person online. Go to the Sims resource. Type in makeup. Pick a person. Pick what you like and just download it and try it out. Don't like it? Delete it from your game. It's the same thing with the blush. The blush is, you know, I downloaded all this stuff from God knows where. I can't remember where. But this is the one I mostly use. This or this. Mainly because it's easy to work with. And even if I subtracted everything out of the game, I would use this one here, which is that, as like pores to her face. I just lighten that up right there. Lighten that up. Use a darker tone. There you go. You know. Okay, just lighten her face up just a little bit, just above, not even above the C, but right about there. Gives her just a little bit of light. And it does the entire body, not just the face, so that's good. But anything that has freckles, anything that has that follow cheekbones, anything that has like a 3D effect, that's what I use. And again, there's no real specific author that I go with. I just, whatever I see and looks interesting, I'll download it for myself. As far as the lips go, I can use this one here. I can't think of the name of it. The name is right there, but I can't think of the name of it. But you guys are smart enough. I think you guys can figure it out. I never liked that. Not that either. But I think I'll stick with that, the matte. Now give her a matte and do this one for all lipstick. Take the opacity, tone it down. That way you don't have a bunch of clowns running around your town. I said this once before, that when you use this type of stuff, you got to be real careful with how you do it, because you're not going to see any of this in the face. The hair stands out because it's big enough, but lips, eyes, eyeshadow, all that stuff, it won't become known unless you zoom all the way in on them. And when you're playing a game, I generally don't concentrate on the face. I concentrate on the actions that my Sims are doing. But here's all the stuff that I use here. There's no real names to it. There's some of it has names, but not all of it. But for the lipstick, just type in Sims 3 matted or matte lipstick, and that's where you get this. If you don't want to do that, just type in Sims 3 or go to the Sims resource, where you'll find like all the best stuff there. And that brings me to Sims 3 versus Tumblr. If you know, for Tumblr sites, if you know who these people are, I would say go for it. You know, play around with whatever you're doing. But if you don't know them, I would suggest stay with the Sims 3. And by staying with the Sims 3, that means that whatever you put in your game won't kill your game, because most of the time the Sims 3, the Sims resource is the better of the two. I've downloaded a lot of stuff from Tumblr, and there's a lot of people who do some really, really bad things, like these outfits. These outfits here were from Tumblr. I think these are both from Santos. But see, Santos has done a lot of mods, and a lot of mods right. Even though this one kind of has a little bit of a problem with a little bit of interlace problems here around the arms. But most of the time, if you don't know who people are, if she was wearing shoes here, it would throw the dress off. Sometimes if you download shoes, it does interfere with the dress. Sometimes if you download some shoes or some outfits, they interfere with your game. So that's something to look out for. If you're not certain how to download CC, or where to put CC, or what Sims 3 CC or launcher files look like, stick with the Sims resource. Most of the items on the Sims resource are launcher files, meaning that if you click on them or double click on them, it'll launch the game, and then that's how you put them in the game. If it's a CC file or a package file, you have to put it in your mod folder, and it'll show up in your game. Alright, so I think this is the last little bit I'm going to do. She's in her bikini wear now. She's got other outfits, but I'm not going to do them. But I'm going to end them here, because a lot of people have been asking me about this makeup, hair, objects, and everything else. And sometimes I don't know how to respond to them, because I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and I mean, I've been doing this for a real long time, and it's become almost like second nature to me. I go on a site, I know exactly what I want, I know how to convert them launcher files to package files, and I know how to merge them. So I've gotten real good at just doing my thing with The Sims. But it didn't dawn on me that there's a lot of people out there that don't. And every year, The Sims 3 as well as The Sims 4 gets an influx of people who are, really wanting to play the game. And I think with The Sims 3, there's just seems to be a huge influx of people who want to play The Sims 3, and a lot of things that turn people off is that, I put this in the game and I can't see it, or my game is not running right. My game slowed down because of this CC. True or not? Yes. Your game will slow down because of CC. If you add a lot of CC, it will slow your game to a crawl. Okay, anyone who wants to know, these glasses are from Lee Lilith. This one, I don't remember where, but I love these big frames, and I've used them almost all the time. I think these are INBS or IN35, one of the two. This came with a package of mods, which is the glasses, the Septum ring, and a couple of other things. I can't remember where I got it from, unfortunately, but if you type in Sims 3 glasses, you'll probably luck out and find this. Again, I hate to keep saying like a broken record, but I don't know exactly where I got all this stuff from. It's too much, and like a lot of the folders that I have, a lot of them have been merged. Like I have a mod folder called My Favorite Mods, which is this, all the sliders. Pretty much, it's like a base, and then I have clothes, hair, makeup, objects, and you name it, and NRAS stuff. And those are things. Some of those things I don't know what I do with them. I just leave them in the game, I guess. I just either take them out and use them as I need them. I gotta play around with that. I need to make more ethnic and religious Sims. Oh, did she lose her nose ring? She did. I'm not gonna play around with that. But I've had people ask me everything from, where did you get the cuffs for her like this? Where did I get this? What on? Oh, that's for specific hair. Where did you get this hat? Where did I get this? Where did I get this? Unfortunately, I can't really tell you. I know these I got from the Sims resource, as well as this. This one, I think the person's name is VP, Venus Princess. You can type in that name. You just got to be real careful with some of these sites. Like this person here, she's behind like AdFly, and there's another one that's behind it. Some of these things will wreck your game, so just be real careful when you download this stuff. I haven't used this one in a while, the cat ears, but I love them. Where was these Gucci? I need the Gucci. So yeah, that's pretty much it, because I'll probably answer more questions as I go along, because you guys have a lot of questions. I've been inundated. I try and read everything that you guys send me, and actually I've read everything that you guys have sent me. Hold up, does that work? Wow, it does. I gotta use that now. Now that I know it's there. Yeah, you guys send me a lot of stuff, and I try and read it all. That's why I haven't been uploading a lot. But it happens. I get backed up, and is that on our thigh? It's on our thigh. You can't really see that. I think I'm gonna leave that on you. I don't know what that is. Some of these things I just don't know where I got them from. They're just here. But a lot of these things, I have them in specific folders, like tramp stamps, all of them. Even though the game comes with these are in the accessory range, so you can interchange these. They're not stuck with them on one outfit. This is one. What is this? Lorandi Sims. For light skinned Sims, I use this one all the time. I like that one. It's kind of, it makes your Sims look makes them look interesting, basically. Oh, did you? Yeah, she did. Hold on, I gotta put that back. What is it? Oh, that's that. Oh, this is full back. I've never tried that before. Wow, this is like if you're in a full. You know what? I'm leaving that on you. Looks like you've been in the sun too long, with the wrong bikini on. Nah, I think I just want to do the top. Yeah, do the top. Been out in the sun too long, huh? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, if I put that on her, she loses the. I want the tan lines. I really do. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Yeah, these pasties here. I downloaded these because YouTube is really getting strict on nudity, and I haven't taken off the. I haven't put back the censor mod because I have it in. I got to take it out. That way, when my Sims take their clothes off, it won't be that big of a thing. So, I got to do it. I don't have a choice. Is that the front? I think that's the front. It might be the front. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know what that is. I gotta deal with that one off camera. But anyway, I hope that kind of clears up things for you guys, because I know that you guys have been you wanted me to do a video on certain sliders. There are some things I can do, like in the past I could show you everything, every modification I've done to her. I could show you, but now with YouTube's climate the way that it is, the second I take her clothes off, I'm flagged, and I haven't gotten like a boatload of flags, and I'm glad I didn't, but there are a lot of YouTubers out there who have, and I don't want to lose my channel because of something I can control. So for right now, this is her. I don't know what her name is. What is your name? Like Dara Manning. Interesting name. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, and I think I might do a couple of these because people have been asking me. As I said, a lot of the responses I'm getting are from this, the outfits, and the height slider, and the butt slider. I think those are the main ones. And I think someone asked me if I could do Kim Kardashian, and I thought she's been done to death, but I might do her. I don't know. Her weight has changed throughout the years. Sometimes she's heavy, sometimes she's not. She's been pregnant twice, so she's gotten a little heavy. Then she lost the weight, so it's hard to pin her down. I would rather do her older sister, but I don't think there's not that many calls for her. Yeah, this is only some of the things you can do with sliders, and I mean some, because there's a boatload of other things that you can do. And the only downside with sliders, and this is the dark side of it, when you have sliders in your game, kiss the random sim creator goodbye. Unfortunately, these sliders are incompatible with the game, and by that I mean when you randomize a sim, they won't look normal. They'll look weird. There's not much you can do about it. I mean, you could probably go through all of your sliders and correct it. I can tell you right now, if it takes you 2-3 hours to make one sim, try correcting a slider problem. It might take you 2-3 days. So my advice to you is, if you want to randomize your sims, like create new sims with randomized bodies, Um, keep your sliders in a folder. Take them out the game. When you get to the creator sim thing and you want to just randomize a sim, like randomize their look and everything, then you hit the randomize button with the sliders folder outside the game. And then when you're done randomizing sims, you just put it back in the game, and that's how I do it. Actually, I do it two ways. I got two computers running the Sims 3, so when I want to randomize a sim and make new sims, hit randomize on one computer, put all of the sims that I just randomized like from that sim folder. I take all of that stuff, bring it over to the new game, and put them in the game. That's all. You use the launcher because they come in launcher files. Use the launcher, start it up. They'll get brought into the game, and then you delete the launcher file, and I have to back up a little bit. I have two computers running the Sims 3. When I want to have a randomized sim with a different, like a plain look, I'll hit the randomize button on the computer I'm not using. Create a whole bunch of sims. Put them on like a flash card or a thumb drive or whatever. Sometimes I might just transfer them between computers. Generally, when you do that, they will appear like as launch files, and then you just open the game. I'll open the game in a second computer, stick them all in the downloads folder, start them all up, get them in the game. Once they're in the game, by that I mean I'll go to Documents, Sims 3, Sims, and once I recognize their names and I see that they're there, I'll delete the launcher file, because at that point you don't need them. They're already in the game and they're yours forever. But that's pretty much it. I might elaborate on that just a little bit more. I need a screenshot for you. It came out pretty good, actually. Don't blink, please. Okay, thank you. But yeah, she came out pretty good. And a lot of you, and also a lot of you guys have been asking me what is my fixation with this stupid mirror, and that's exactly how the question was. What's your fixation with the stupid mirror? It's just a mirror. Well, if you do a sim right and you turn her towards the mirror, she looks better. If she looks good, if not better, than if she was staring right at you. And you just take this image here and flip it. So basically, you get rid of this main picture, use Photoshop, use this picture, and that's how you get an excellent shot with excellent lighting. It's an old trick that people have been using for 12 years now. Even though that's not a good shot of her, but this is. And sometimes when I do this, I really have to be careful because she's older, so you can see like the lines on her face. I can't do like I do like a teenager or like a young adult. So, that's pretty much it. So, guys, I hope you keep watching, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next episode whenever I start doing some Sims episodes again. Actually doing some episodes of anything again, because I've kind of been backed up. But I'll see you all later. Peace, guys. One more shot before I go. I might have to put her in the photo studio. And I forgot to save her. Alright, later, guys.